Adlan Izani. Today I'll be talking about my counter, which is Cview Berhad. Hello everyone, it's Aryash.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Ilya binti Hamdan. I will discuss about the Evergreen company.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Aisyah binti Abdul Razak, and for my part of the presentation, I'll be analysing Hupseng Industry Berhad.
Assalamualaikum, hi everyone. My name is Siti Fatin Nabila binti Muhammad Razali. Today I want to share about counter Petron's Malaysia Refining and Marketing
Hon
Berhad.
Leong Industries Berhad is publicly listed holding company of Hon Leong Yamaha, Marine Sdn HLY Marine Sdn Berhad, Gusera Sdn Berhad, and Genco Sdn Berhad. They operate in automotive and building material segments. The workforce of nearly 3,000 employees has diverse backgrounds and various skills and capabilities. With a strong presence in domestic and key international markets, they aim to grow and provide sustainable value to their stakeholders through their premium quality products that exceed customer expectation. Also, HLIND is committed to continuous improvement, world-class standards, and good governance. Their company is also a member of Hon Leong Group, a conglomerate with business in key sectors such as financial services, manufacturing, distribution, property development, and investment, as well as hospitality, leisure, consumer goods, healthcare, and principal investment. My analysis and latest potential signal on Friday, 20th of June 2025. These five indicators, moving average, Bollinger Band, and ROC, MACD, RSI, as well as stochastic. So today I'll be using two indicators, which are MACD and ROC. So my suggestion on whether to buy, sell, or hold signal for each indicator is like so. On 20 June 2025, the price is stand at RM 30 ringgit and 28 cents. This line is very close to the moving average line and quite far from the Bollinger Band line. Hereby, my analysis will based on the moving average line. There is no signal on 20th of June. There is no intersection or crossover between the price and the moving average. Hence, it does not show any significant signals. So, based on this position, I would recommend to the investor to hold. So, my future recommendation is that if the price intersect the lower Bollinger Band line or moving average in the future, the signal will be a buying signal to enhance or future hold. I would recommend the investor to hold, to buy. So moving to the next indicator analysis that I use as my analysis is MACD indicator. So both of both lines is set at 0.149 and oversold line is at negative 0.149. The last position of MACD line was 0.028. The position is to hold since the MACD line do not cross or intersect between the price and the oversold line. I would recommend the investor to hold to sell until the price in and the entry position appear. So based on latest position of ROC, negative 2.8, the position is the natural zone at the equilibrium line. There is no intersection or crossover between the price and the oversold line, hence it does not show any significant signal. Based on this position, I would recommend to the investor to hold, enhance, or future hold. I would say that the investor can hold to buy. For RSI, significant buy signal, buy position, however, the investor want to hold until the price re-entry the position. In the future, I would recommend to hold to buy. On the other hand, by position for the stochastic indicator, K shows at 6.9%, where that is the oversold line at 20%. So 6.9% is about 13.1% closer to the oversold line as compared to 43.1% closer to the equilibrium line. Hereby, the stochastic is K is in the buying position since there is an intersection between the stochastic K and the oversold line. There is buying signal as the recommendation. So, to further my recommendation, I would recommend the investor to hold to buy until the price in and entry position inside. So my final suggestion based on all signals that we have discussed is to buy. And yeah, final recommendation for the investment to an investor who plan to buy that stock is hold to buy. So for an investor who already hold this stock and plan to sell it, it is not in the position to sell now since the price is lower. So investors are not recommended to sell. It is not in the position to sell because the price is low. So maybe wait a little more when the signal is right. Thank you. Cview Berhad was incorporated in Malaysia under the Companies Act 1965 on 23rd November 1981. We were then a private limited company known as Cview Realty Sdn Berhad. Our very first land acquisition began in 1984 when we successfully acquired 1,080.23 acres of land in the Mukim of Pulai, daerah of Johor Bahru. The land was later developed into a mixed housing project and the first phase was launched in December 1986. Our maiden development was given the name Taman University. To the present day, Cview Berhad had developed numerous areas within the state of Johor, providing 10,990 units of residential and commercial properties and 5,138 units of affordable houses to the people living in Johor. It is our mission to provide our customer and investors with distinct homes and properties, ensuring that they live in a safe, clean and green environment. So my analysis on the potential signal is on Friday, 20th of June 2025, using the moving average, Bollinger Band, ROC, MACD, RSI and stochastic. For MACD, the indicator is 0.024 and negative 0.024. For ROC, the indicator would be negative 13.998 and 13.498. So my suggestion on buy, sell, hold signals for each indicator. On 20 June 2025, the price is stand at 2.15. This line is very close to the moving average line and quite far from the Bollinger Band line. Hereby, my analysis will be based on the moving average line. There is no signal on 20 June 2025. There is no intersection or crossover between the price and the moving average line. Hence, it does not show any significant signal. Based on this position, I would recommend to the investor to hold. My further recommendation is that if the price intersects the lower Bollinger Band line or moving average line in the future, the signal will be a buying signal. To enhance or further hold, I would recommend the investor to hold or to buy. The next analysis is MACD indicator. MACD overbought line is at 0.024 and MACD oversold line is negative 0.024. The last position of MACD line is negative 0.073. The position is hold. Since the MACD line is in natural zone, there is no crossover or intersect between the price. I would recommend the investor to hold or to sell until the price in and re-entry position. Based on latest position of ROC, which is negative 2.8, the position is in the neutral zone. At the equilibrium line, there is no intersection or crossover between the price and the oversold line. Hence, it does not show any significant signal. Based on this position, I would recommend to the investor to hold. For RSI, there is no significant signal. I would suggest to hold position. However, my further recommendation is if the price intersect the oversold line in the future, the signal will be hold to buy signal. Next, buy position, the stochastic now stands at 26.5%, where that is the oversold line at 20%. 26.5% is about 6.5% closer to the oversold line as compared to 23.5% closer to the equilibrium line. Hereby, this stochastic K is in the whole position. Since there is no an intersection between the stochastic K and the oversold line, there is whole signal as the recommendation. To further my recommendation, I would recommend the investor to hold to buy until the price intersection between the stochastic K and the oversold line. My final suggestion, based on all signal that I have discussed, is hold to buy. So my final recommendation of investment to an investor who plan to buy the stock is hold to buy. My final recommendation of investment to an investor who already hold the stock and plan to sell it, since it is not in the position to sell now, since the price is lower, so I recommend not to sell. It is not in the position to sell because the price is low.
Evergreen company background. So Evergreen is a position to capitalize on the demand for engineering wood-based product. As the human population increase, there is a growing emphasis to improve resources utilization worldwide. As a leader in the engineering wood-based product industry, Evergreen has responded by the generating product that dramatically improve the utilization of wood resources. These efficiency are the result of recycling forest waste material, a sustainable forest program, innovative composite design, and advanced resin system. As we can see here, this is the evergreen graph that we will analyze 5 indicators: Bollinger Band, MACD, ROC, RSI, and also the stochastic. We will go through one by one. So on 20 June 2025, the price is stand at 0.195. This line is very close to the Bollinger Band line and quite far from the moving average line. Hereby my analysis will be based on the Bollinger Band line. There is no signal on 20 June 2025. There is no the intersection or crossover between the price and the lower Bollinger Band line. Hence, it does not show any significant signal. Based on the position, I will recommend to the investor to hold. My further recommendation is that if the price intersect the lower Bollinger Band line in the future, the signal will be a buying signal. To enhance or further hold, I will recommend the investor to hold to buy. So the next analysis is MACD indicator. MACD overbought line is set at 0.002 and MACD oversold line negative 0.002. The last position of MACD line is negative 0.002. The position is buy since the MACD line is crossover or intersect between the price and oversold line. I will recommend the investor to buy or hold to buy until the price in and re-entry the position. So based on the latest position of ROC, negative 2.5, the position is in the neutral zone. At the equilibrium line, there is no the intersection or crossover between the price and the lower Bollinger Band line. Hence, it does not show any significant signal. Based on this position, I will recommend to the investor to hold. To enhance or further hold, I will say that the investor can hold to buy. So for RSI indicator, there's no signal and the position is hold. However, 46.2 is very close to the oversold line. So any intersection that might happen in the future will give buying signal to the investor. I will recommend to hold to buy. So for the stochastic, I will say the position is hold because the stochastic K now stand at 40%, where that is the neutral zone at 50%. So 40% is about 10% closer to the equilibrium line as compared to 20% closer to the oversold line. Hereby, this stochastic K is the inside the neutral zone seen there is no intersection between the stochastic K and the oversold line. There is no significant signal as the recommendation or the position will be held. To further my recommendation, I will say that the investor can hold. So based on all signal that I discussed, I can say that we can hold to buy. For final recommendation for investor who plan to buy, so I suggest to hold to buy. For investor who already hold this stock and plan to sell, this is not in the position to sell now since the price is lower, so you are not recommend to sell. It's not in the position to sell because the price is low.
Petron Malaysia Refining and Marketing Berhad is a leading oil and gas operator in Malaysia, engaged in refining, distribution and marketing of petroleum products. It is a unit of Petron Corporation, the largest oil refining and marketing company in the Philippines and part of the Cview Corporation Group, a largest Southeast Asian conglomerate. The 88,000 barrels per day capacity Port Dickson refinery produce higher quality fuel products which are internationally competitive. Petron Malaysia also owns over 100 service stations throughout the nation that sells petrol, diesel, lubricant and other petroleum products to industrial and individual customers. With strong regional backing, complemented by service and quality commitment, Petron Malaysia plays a significant role in the reliability of the country energy. As you know, the vision of the company is to be the leading provider of total customer solution in the oil sector, delivering innovative products and exceptional service, while contributing to national development and sustainability. Where actually Petron goals isn't too much to retail gasoline. It's to be the best total customer solution provider within the oil and energy industry. It is to offer innovative products and superior service catering to various customers, from the single motorist to industry. Petron target delivering quality, safety and customer satisfaction at every level. While doing so, it also support national development in terms of promoting sustainability and economic development, In other words, Petron vision is to fuel progress while putting the customer and the nation first. Petron's mission is built on 5 basic pillars that are the key guiding principle for its operation and value. Firstly, it places a strong emphasis on delivering world-class fuel and lubricant product developed in accordance with the highest safety and environmental standard. Essential at the heart of Petron's operation is customer-oriented framework, always placing priority on customer through value-added service and ongoing service excellence. Petron is also concerned with sustainable development through effective operation, environmental conservation, and community development. Additionally, the company invests in human capital and allow employees to give their best and become integral part of Petron's vision towards excellence. Lastly, Petron played an important role in improving Malaysia's energy security through a stable and efficient supply of energy that supports the country's economic development. Now we have reached the counter analysis part. On this day, the stock opened at 3.89 and closed lower at 3.73, a decline of about 4.1%, which suggests strong selling pressure. Even though some technical indicators appear slightly bullish, we need to take a closer look at both technical signal and market fundamental before making any investment decision. First, let's look at the moving average and Bollinger Band. The drop in price below the short-term average reflects a bearish trend. Bollinger Bands may be widening, which indicate higher volatility. Since the closing price is approaching the lower Bollinger Band, this could suggest an oversold condition, possible a bounce, but no strong confirmation yet. The signal at this stage is better to hold to sell before making any move. Next is the MACD indicator. The current value is 0.108, very close to the overbought threshold of 0.109. This tells us that the bullish momentum may be peaking. Also, the narrowing gap between MACD is signal line suggests weak momentum. This signal here is suggestion would be to sell or take profit before a correction happen. Moving to the rate of change, current at 5.1%, this figure point to some recent bullish movement, but when combined with the day price drop, it might signal the end of the short rally. These signals are natural stance, which mean hold and wait for clear direction. Looking at RSI, it stands at 61.8%, which is getting close to the overbought zone. This suggests that the stock is likely overvalued and some investors might already be taking profit. These signals are like hold to sell, especially for short-term investor. The stochastic value is 57%, which is considered natural. No crossover with overbought line. This indicates show potential to make change, but no strong buying or signal at the moment. This signal best to hold and observe for now. So the final suggestion based on all signals, while some technical indicators show hold to sell signal, MACD and price action confirm bearish momentum. The fundamental of the energy sector remain uncertain, and no strong news catalyst support an immediate rally. Therefore, the combined outlook is moderate bearish. Not bearish to neutral, but the hold to sell. In investment recommendation for new investor, is the best avoid entering the market right now. I recommend waiting for a clear reversal pattern, ideal closer to 3.60 or after a bullish MACD crossover. And for existing investor, is consider selling partial or taking profit, especially if you bought in at lower level like 3.50 or below. If you in for the long term, you may choose to hold a small portions and re-entry at stronger support reversal.
Is Hupseng Industries Berhad, one of the Malaysia's well-known biscuit makers. The company started back in 1957 in small village in Batu Pahat, Johor, and founded by Kirk brothers with just 1,500 ringgit. They have grown into a major name in the biscuit industry, and in 2000, Hupseng was officially listed on Bursa Malaysia. Their main business is making and selling biscuits, including cream crackers, cookies, and wafers, under the popular brands like Hupseng and also Chap Ping Pong. Their products are not only sold locally but also exported overseas. Thanks to their consistent quality, Hupseng is still a trusted name in many Malaysian homes. Here's the chart I analysed for Hupseng, dated 28 June 2025. I use a few key technical indicators to check if this stock is giving us any strong signal to buy, sell, or hold. Let's go through them one by one. Based on the 5 popular technical indicators and starting with the moving average and Bollinger Bands, the price is currently below the 20-day moving average and hugging the lower Bollinger Band. This suggests the stock is in a downtrend, but volatility is low, so I rate this as a hold. Next, the rate of change is still negative, showing a weak momentum. For this, I'll give a sell signal. And as for the MACD, both the MACD and signal lines are flat and overlapping. There is no clear to buy or sell signal yet, so I suggest to hold. And the next one is kita look at the RSI. It is currently around 25%, which is near the oversold level. That is a signal that a potential rebound could be coming, so that's a buy. The last one is the stochastic oscillator also supports this. It is deep in the oversold zone around 12%, and usually when it is this low, a bounce might follow. So there is another buy signal. Putting all of this together, my overall suggestion is to watch closely. The downtrend seems to be slowing, and indicators like RSI and stochastic show that a rebound might be near, but it is not confirmed yet. My final suggestion based on all the signal that I have discussed is to hold to buy. In a conclusion, my final recommendation for investor, if they are planning to buy, they could wait for a clearer signal or enter with a small amount if they are okay with the short-term risks. And for investor that already hold this stock, I suggest to hold it a bit longer instead of selling at a low. A recovery may be on the way.